Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we are absolutely strapping in. We're taking a thrilling look into the world of roller coasters.
Buckle up.
Exactly. We're diving into a really cool source. The 10 Best Roller Coasters list.
Yeah.
From Most Today. This was from back in July 2013.
Right.
And our mission today is really to unpack the truly astonishing facts, the record-breaking stuff, get behind the engineering that makes these rides just legendary. So you're going to get a quick high-speed tour of what really pushes the limits.
And it's fascinating, isn't it? This list really shows that constant push for, well, bigger, faster, more intense experiences in amusement parks.
Yeah.
Each coaster here, it's like a unique triumph of human ingenuity, always reaching for that next...
That constant push, yeah, that's what gets you hooked. And when you talk thrills, I mean, for a lot of people, it just comes down to pure speed, right?
Absolutely, raw speed.
Can you even imagine the G-forces, the wind? So where do we start? Who's the king of speed?
Well, if speed's the game, then you have to talk about Formula Rossa. That's at Ferrari World Park, Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
This thing is, well, it's the fastest. An incredible 149 miles per hour.
Whoa.
That's 240 kilometers per hour. And the acceleration is just wild. It gets to that top speed in roughly 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
5 seconds, yeah. The whole ride is only about 1.5 minutes, 1 minute, 32 seconds. But that launch, that's where you feel the power. We're talking up to 4.8 Gs.
Wow. That's not just a ride. That's like being launched off a carrier deck or something.
Pretty much, yeah. It mimics that kind of power.
But, okay, Formula Rossa isn't alone up there, right?
Yeah.
And speed feels different depending on the coaster type. What about something like King de Ka? It's in New Jersey, Six Flags.
Right, King de Ka. It's the second fastest overall. Hits 128 miles per hour, so 206 kilometers per hour.
Still incredibly fast.
Oh, yeah. And like Formula Rossa, it uses a hydraulic launch. But, you know, while steel coasters like these two usually dominate the top speed records because they can handle those forces.
Yeah.
Speed isn't just about steel. We have to talk about wooden coasters, too.
Okay. So the wooden ones.
Yeah. If you look at El Toro, which is actually at the same park, Six Flags Great Adventure.
Oh.
It holds the title for the fastest wooden roller coaster. It hits 70 miles per hour.
70. Okay. Still quick for wood.
Very quick. 110 kilometers per hour. And the thing with wood is managing the flex, the friction. It just creates a totally different feeling. It feels, you know, wilder, more out of control, even if the top number isn't as high as the steel giants.
Oh, yeah. I know that feeling. That classic wooden coaster rattle.
Exactly. That raw sensation at 70, it's just different from smooth steel.
Definitely. Okay, so speed is one thing. But that other big thrill factor, the real stomach-in-your-throat moment, is height, right? Climbing way up and then the drop.
Oh, absolutely. The height and the drop.
So who are the record holders there?
Well, King de Ka, which we just mentioned for speed, it actually pulls double booty here.
Yep.
Big time. Yeah. It's not just number 2 for speed. It's also the tallest roller coaster in the world, period. Towers up 456 feet.
456 feet. That's insane.
It's 139 meters. And as if that wasn't enough, it also has the longest roller coaster drop, a massive 418 feet,
Wow.
or 127 meters. And you get all that vertical rush in just 28 seconds for the whole ride.
28 seconds. That's it.
It's pure vertical hit.
You know, you tend to think those massive height records belong only to steel coasters. But wooden coasters can get pretty tall too, can't they?
They absolutely can. And it's a different kind of engineering challenge, building that high with timber.
I bet.
So you've got Colossos at Hyde Park in Germany. That's the tallest wooden coaster. Stands at 196 feet, 59 meters.
Still really high for wood.
Oh, yeah. With a drop of 159 feet, that's 48 meters. It opened back in 2001. You need serious structure, careful design for those joints to handle the stress.
Makes sense.
And actually, going back to El Toro again.
The fast one.
The fast wooden one, yeah. When it opened in 2006, it actually held the record for the steepest drop on a wooden coaster. 76 degrees.
76 degrees.
Yeah, pretty steep for wood. That record was just beaten in 2008 by only 1 degree. Plus, El Toro still has the highest drop height for a wooden coaster, 176 feet or 54 meters.
So these wooden giants, they mix that old school feel with some pretty serious stats.
Exactly. Nostalgia and cutting edge, sort of.
Okay, so we've got height, we've got big drops, but what about the angle? Like pushing how steep that drop actually is? Are we talking about drops that feel unnatural?
Oh, you mean pushing the geometry itself. Yeah, designers definitely play with that. For the absolute steepest, you need to look at Takabisha.
Takabisha. Where's that?
Fuji-Q Highland Park in Japan. It's famous for having the steepest drop angle anywhere, a staggering 121 degrees.
Wait, 121. That's more than straight down.
Exactly. You are dropping beyond vertical. You're actually leaning inwards like the track is curling underneath you. It feels like you're being pulled headfirst down before it levels out. It's really a mind-bending piece of engineering. Plays tricks on your senses.
121 degrees. That sounds less like riding and more like just falling into another dimension.
It probably feels a bit like that.
Okay, so some coasters push speed, some push height, some push angles, but others break records through like really innovative designs or specific features, right?
Yeah.
Not just raw stats.
Absolutely. The creativity is amazing. I mean, take the Smiler at Alton Towers in England.
The Smiler, okay, what's its record?
It holds the world record for the most inversions on a coaster.
How many?
14.
14 times upside down.
14 inversions, yeah. Loops, twists, corkscrews, the works. It opened in May 2013, and the ride lasts 2 minutes, 45 seconds, so you definitely get your money's worth of disorientation.
14.
Yeah.
Wow. My head's spinning just thinking about it.
It's a lot.
So how are, like, new types of coasters changing things? New models that let designers do different stuff?
Well, that's a great point. Look at the wing coaster model. Gatekeeper at Cedar Point in Ohio is a prime example.
Wing coaster, how does that work?
So instead of sitting on top of the track or below it, you're seated on either side on these wings. There's nothing directly above or below you.
Oh, right. I've seen those. Feels very exposed.
Exactly. Super open air feeling. And that seating lets them do unique things, like Gatekeeper's huge wing overdrop. It's 170 feet or 52 meters. And it's the highest inversion in the world. The whole train rotates around the track using that wide stance for a really different kind of flip.
Huh. That sounds cool.
Yeah, and Gatekeepers, it was actually the 5th wing coaster built globally, but when it opened, it smashed several records for wing coaster speed, length, drop height, number of inversions for its type, pushing that specific model forward.
That sounds like a totally different feeling.
Okay.
And talking about pushing things forward,
Yeah.
what about just sheer size?
Yeah.
Like the longest ride out there?
For pure endurance, you got to talk about Steel Dragon 2000. That's in Japan, Nagashima Spa Land Park.
Steel Dragon 2000. Sounds epic.
It is. It's the longest roller coaster track in the world. It stretches for 8,133 feet and 2 inches.
Wow. How long is that in? Like miles or kilometers?
It's nearly 2.5 kilometers, or about 1.54 miles of track.
That's huge.
And the ride lasts exactly 4 minutes.
4 minutes. That's like a marathon for a coaster ride.
Pretty much. Think about the engineering, just maintaining speed and forces over that distance. It opened in 2000, which was the year of the dragon in Asia, so the name fits perfectly.
Nice touch. Okay, so beyond the track itself, what about clutter stuff parks do to manage crowds? Operational things? Because getting people on and off these rides fast must be a huge deal.
That's a really important aspect, yeah. And T-Express in South Korea at Everland is interesting for that.
T-Express, what's special there?
It was actually the first coaster to use 3 trains running at the same time.
Oh, 3 trains.
Yeah, a big step for keeping the line moving, you know? Reducing wait times. It's a major operational innovation. And it also happens to be the 2nd tallest wooden roller coaster in the world. So big stats and smart operation.
Combining brawn and brains, basically.
We could say that, yeah.
Now, before we finish up, it's probably worth mentioning some history, right? Not every record breaker is shiny and new. Some of these older rides really paved the way.
That's an excellent point. You have to give credit to the pioneers, like the American Eagle at Six Flags Great America in Illinois.
Cherokee Eagle, that's a classic wooden one, right? A racer.
Exactly. A twin-track wooden racer built way back in 1981.
81. Wow.
And when it opened, it was the tallest in terms of its drop height and the fastest wooden coaster ever built at that time.
So it set the bar back then.
It absolutely did. Really pushed what people thought was possible with wood construction. It's still considered one of the best racing woodies in the U.S. They even celebrated its silver anniversary back in 2006. Still thrilling people.
Amazing how some rides just endure. So, okay, let's recap for everyone listening. We've gone from the absolute fastest, Formula Rossa, to the incredibly steep Takabisha, the super long Steel Dragon, the inversion heavy Smiler, and looked at height records for both steel and wood, plus operational firsts and historical giants. This list really gives you an amazing snapshot of the engineering marvels these rides are, pushing limits constantly.
It really does. And when you look at all these achievements, you really see that human drive, right? To just keep innovating, keep pushing boundaries, especially when it comes to entertainment and thrill.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it makes you wonder, What's next? As technology keeps marching on, what kind of future records are even possible? Are we going to see completely new materials, new ways to launch coasters, even crazier inversions that we can't even imagine right now?
That's the big question, isn't it? So, for you listening, what stood out the most from this deep dive? What feat seems the most impressive to you? And thinking ahead, what do you reckon is the ultimate holy grail record for designers to case next? What kind of insane experience would that create? Definitely something to think about.